You're listening to the Cyberwire Network, powered by N2K.
Hi, I'm Maria Varmazes, and I'm the host of T-Minus, the only daily podcast for the space industry. Every weekday, I'll be covering the latest news in space technology, business, and governance by talking with the people who are forging the path in this new space era. If you're a space professional looking to separate the signal from the noise and stay current on what's happening, this show is for you. Join me every day for T-Minus, the daily space industry podcast. Listen on all major podcast platforms or visit space.n2k.com. That's space.n2k.com.
CrowdSec's CTI distributes IP reputation intelligence, allowing SOC teams and security analysts to obtain highly curated data on intrusion attempts, origins, and trends. Sourced from a large network of real users from all over the world, operating a large variety of services and apps, CrowdSec's CTI provides actionable data and clear insight into cyber threats, allowing for a faster response as well as resource development and allocation. Find out more at crowdsec.net. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CyberWire's Research Saturday. I'm Dave Bittner, and this is our weekly conversation with researchers and analysts tracking down the threats and vulnerabilities, solving some of the hard problems of protecting ourselves in a rapidly evolving cyberspace. Thanks for joining us.
The fact that it was still going on, that was what made us so surprised and kind of challenged us to look at it once more.
That's Shiran Guez. He's Senior Manager for Information Security at Akamai. The research we're discussing today is titled Chatbots, Celebrities, and Victim Retargeting: Why Crypto Giveaway Scams Are Still So Successful.
It's not very common to have a crypto scam or a scam that has been running for over 5 years.
Well, let's go through it together here. I mean, for folks who aren't familiar with how this scam works, can you walk us through it? How does it begin?
Yeah. Okay. So it's actually beginning with a simple publication that is being running over either the Twitter or over even YouTube. If we last saw the scams that were running there, Telegram channels, any social media that the threat actor kind of taps into, and it is often being triggered by some noticeable, known, I would call it a celebrity that is being talking about something that is related to crypto, or even just talking about something that is putting the social public into the attention. That is kind of the trigger where the scammers are tapping on and popping up all these kind of social media publications around the crypto scam.
You know, I've been around long enough that I remember when these scams focused on Bill Gates. You know, you'd be on somewhere like Facebook or something like that, and a message would pop up and it would say, "Hey, everybody, I'm Bill Gates, and I'm giving away my fortune. You're lucky you're going to get some." But so the scam, it's kind of following the same model there, but is it fair to say that cryptocurrency has added fuel to the fire here?
Yeah, definitely. I do agree with that statement. The crypto arena has been surging since at least 2008, 2018. Cryptocurrencies like Dogecoin, Ethereum, and even Bitcoin as the main driver have been surging in thousands of percentage since then. We have seen the rise of Dogecoin from 0.0.5 to almost $1, which is thousands of percents over very short periods of time. So people have been jumping on the what we call the FOMO kind of movement, which is the fear of missing out. So this was definitely a very big driver for people to have a life-changing kind of life-changing success over using this kind of scams.
Yeah, it's interesting to me, as you point out in the research here, that it seems as though Elon Musk is the big lure in these, which I guess makes sense, being known worldwide as a person with a lot of money and also someone interested in crypto. It was interesting to me that you all highlighted that not only do people pretend to be Elon Musk, but there'll be a lot of scams where they sort of follow on to things that he might be publishing legitimately, that they'll find folks who are legitimate celebrities, and they'll sort of tack on to what they're doing to try to draw attention and leech off of their audience that way.
Yeah, exactly. We saw a lot of that kind of methodology that they are using, especially on Twitter, where Elon Musk would tweet something around Dogecoin or around cryptocurrency in general. And very soon after, you would see in the inner threads, which are very noisy, you would see such messages that lure the crowd or lure the victims into tapping into the campaign, publishing, hey, and I would give away this and that amount of money. Just give me X, and I would give you 2X or 10X or whatever that the scam has brought up.
The research digs into some of the scam kits that are out there, ways that folks can get into this business. Can you take us through that component of this? How does that work?
So yeah, the kits themselves that we have investigated have been surprisingly very basic, very non-sophisticated. They are using simple HTML and JavaScript into the kits, which are very common languages for web developers. They use widgets. This is kind of the what gives the more authenticity or more look and feel that victims would fall for, using widgets that are related to support, like the Smart Support live chat, where they are actually responding to support questions. If you would ask them, hey, how do I gain access to that giveaway, or how do I gain money by simply sending you X and you would send me 10X or something like that, then they would respond. They would sometimes maybe not immediately, but they would respond, and they would try to convince you that this is a legitimate giveaway, that Elon Musk is behind it, or any other celebrity that is on that phishing kit. They would definitely be giving you the look and feel that this is a legitimate giveaway.
Let's go through some of the technical elements here that you all have shared in the research here. What are some of the interesting things going on under the hood, behind the scenes?
So The most interesting, I think, is the way that they are presenting it. It is looking very professional, kit. It is looking very smooth and slick, kit or website. It has all the attributes to present it as a legitimate site. It has widgets that are showing the current status of the crypto market. The widget is connected to an actual crypto exchange, so it would show live parameters from the actual crypto exchange. So if you would go to another market or check the validity of what they are presenting, it seems very valid. It seems very legitimate. They would show you kind of there is a JavaScript behind the scene that is refreshing always the transactions. So it will seems like there are a lot of transactions that are happening. So you would be kind of in a fear of like we mentioned the FOMO, the fear of missing out. You would fear of miss out on the giveaway because the transactions are always kind of reducing the amount of the giveaway, that the final giveaway sum. So this kind of around the look and feel. Some of the kits that we have seen have been also tracking the victim source, meaning whoever tried to access the site, that information was collected and sent to a Telegram of the attacker, a Telegram group of the attacker. It was not on all the kits that we've seen, but in some it was also presented there. And from what we have seen, the Telegram group that it was sent to, the message was sent basically in Cyrillic language, in Russian language. That kind of also give us some hint about potentially who could be maybe the attacker.
Well, let's talk about ways to prevent this. What are your recommendations for folks to best protect themselves?
That's a great question. First, I would say first and almost the bottom line, there are no free gifts. No one is going to give you money back for any sum of money that you would give. There is no such kind of magic of getting back the money. I would say that if you are totally convinced that this is legitimate, I would definitely go and validate the source. Basically, try to talk with the person. But this is something that definitely you should not expect to see money back on your if you are sending any money to the attacker. Not related to this campaign. Any time that you are sending money to anyone, it should be as a consequence of you are getting a service, you are paying for a product, and you should always verify who you are paying to. There is no way around it. You should do your due diligence, your research about the person that you are paying the money. But for that scam specifically, I would say don't. That there is no free gifts for that.
Yeah. I think it's worth mentioning that I suspect for our audience, they probably consider themselves fairly sophisticated and wouldn't imagine falling for this sort of thing. But that's not necessarily true of our friends and family. And so I think it's important for those of us who have that level of sophistication to be sure to get out there and spread the word about this sort of thing. Because as you mentioned, this has been around for a while. It's evolved some, which is what you all are tracking here, but it stays around because it works.
Exactly. The scam is very easy, right? They are simply releasing kits everywhere. They are sending like a net and luring the fishes into the net. That's a very easy scam from their side and very lucrative. We see that initially when that phishing campaign started, they asked for a specific amount and they said that they are going to return you a specific amount. But over time, they said, wait, I don't need a specific amount. Send any amount and I will send you double. And basically, and you can see that people are people that are not aware are trying. They are trying. They are sending like small amounts. There are people that are falling with large amounts, and this is very unfortunate. But overall, you would see that there are a lot of transactions that are happening to these scammers because people are unaware. That's the most concerning part.
Our thanks to Shiran Guez from Akamai for joining us. The research is titled Chatbots, Celebrities, and Victim Retargeting: Why Crypto Giveaway Scams Are Still So Successful. We'll have a link in the show notes. And now, a word from our sponsor, TrueFort. TrueFort knows that cyber attacks are not devastating unless they're allowed to spread. TrueFort uses the EDR agents you already have installed to provide a clear understanding of the activity within your application environments. From containerized to legacy bare metal servers, TrueFort maps all behavior within applications to ease your enforcement of micro-segmentation policies and service account protections. Learn why the world's largest enterprises trust TrueFort to give them control over lateral movement at www.truefort.com. The CyberWire Research Saturday podcast is a production of N2K Networks, proudly produced in Maryland out of the startup studios of Data Tribe, where they're co-building the next generation of cybersecurity teams and technologies. This episode was produced by Liz Irvin and senior producer Jennifer Iben. Our mixer is Elliot Peltzman. Our executive editor is Peter Kilpie, and I'm Dave Bittner. Thanks for listening. On a final note, our friends at N2K just launched T-, the only daily space podcast. Here's what you can expect from the show. Stay tuned for T-, ready to launch.
We are in a new space era.
T-minus 20 seconds.
Advances in engineering and manufacturing have given us access to the heavens in ways that seemed almost unthinkable not that long ago. Private and public sector cooperation in the space industry is leading to innovation that sometimes feels like it's right out of a page of science fiction. But these achievements in space are real, and they're bringing incredible advances in defense, communications, infrastructure, engineering, and science to all of us right here on Earth. And they're happening fast. Join me. I'm Maria Varmazes, and I'm the host of T-, the daily space podcast for the space industry. Every day, you'll get the news and analysis you need to stay current on what's happening in space technology, business, and governance. To do that, I'll be talking with the people who are forging the path in this new space era, from industry leaders, technology experts and pioneers, to educators, policymakers, research organizations, and more. If you're a space professional looking to separate the signal from the noise and stay current on what's happening, this show is for you. Join me every day for T-, the daily space industry podcast.
T-minus.
Available on all major podcast platforms.